And you're welcome back to Off the Ball here on News Talk. John Duggan with you through to 5 today. Irish international Linda Djougang is an Aer Lingus ambassador. And Aer Lingus, official airline of Irish rugby for 10 years, will bring hashtag home advantage to Ireland's Guinness Women's Six Nations Championship this year by supporting the team's travel to away games in Italy, Wales and Scotland. The airline will also proudly fly many of the Irish team's dedicated supporters to these away games. How are you, Linda?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, great, Linda. Great to talk to you. I was thinking about the story of Irish women's rugby the other day, and we had a wonderful team over a decade ago. We won the Grand Slam in 2013. We reached the semi-finals of the World Cup in 2014. Then we had some difficult years. And you've been a part of the journey since 2019. You've over 40 caps. I'm just kind of wondering, is the team back? Because it feels after the win over New Zealand last year in Vancouver that we're back in a really good place.
Yeah, I think that it's been a good year for us, and we can definitely get into greater. I think that we definitely want to keep our head down and continue to work hard. We definitely had a taste of what success is, and we definitely want to just continue on that trajectory. But yeah, I think that we're definitely back.
You played in the defeat to Spain in the qualifier in 2021, Linda, and then you played against New Zealand last year. What has changed? How did we improve? What were the reasons for the improvement?
I think there's so many factors in the improvement. We've definitely been on a journey, and I think that it's important to look back and see what didn't go right there, and I think that we're able to look back and actually fix the problem and fix. And obviously, there's so many. It's a completely different team to the one that played in Italy against Spain to now, and the fact that it's such a young team too, and the ambitions is different, and it's just a really nice place. It's a really nice environment. Everyone is at the same page, and I think we're just really just pushing each other. We're definitely on the same goal. We definitely want to win, and it's just really nice.
You have been on a central contract, Linda, now. So has the emergence of professionalism helped? Because you were nursing Antala and playing rugby, and now you're just playing rugby.
Yeah, I think it's definitely helped to be able to just focus on one thing, and also being able to, like, as a professional player, be able to recover at the right time, be able to work on your strengths and weaknesses, and have that time to be able to gym. I think you've definitely feel the benefit of that, and it's also a mindset thing. Now this is my job. And I need to be, and you want to be the best at your job, and there's no other reason now. We have the resources to be able to be at the best. So, and that's what we really are working on.
You have made the most dominant tackles in the Six Nations last year, Linda. You're a physical player. Do you really enjoy the physicality of playing at loosehead?
I do. I think I enjoy the physicality of the sport. I think I do enjoy tackling, but I also want to build on other aspect of my game too.
You've had quite the journey, Linda. You arrived to Ireland as a 9-year-old from Cameroon. Maybe talk to us about your journey here at the start.
Yeah, I moved here when I was 9. Not really the ambition of playing any sport or representing Ireland in any sport at all. I think I was more focused on just, I don't know, like being a child, going to school. I think that rugby was completely an accident. I always play. I was good at sport, but there wasn't any really opportunity. And it's coming in, and my parents really focused on just doing well in school. And it's really that aspect. You just really want to do well in school. You want to go to college. So me taking on rugby was by completely accident. I just played one game of tag rugby, and then I got signed to Wonders Women's Rugby Club in Marion Road. And that's really where the journey went on for me, from playing one season at Division 4 with them to being scouted for the Leinster trial. I made it to the Leinster trial and then went on to Belvedere. And from Belvedere, when I played a season with them and went into sevens with Anthony Eddy. And I didn't really know back then how to even throw a ball. And it was really just, I think that Anthony saw talent in me, something that I didn't probably see myself. And then he had that belief in me and gave me that opportunity. And after the World Cup in 2017 here in Ireland, I went into the Ireland camp and I was there for 2 years before making my first cap in 2019 against England.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Absolutely, yeah. Because Cameroon is where soccer is king. Soccer is the big sport in Cameroon.
Yes, it is. We have the Roger Milla, the Etofis, and it's a bit like New Zealand, like where rugby is their sport, and Cameroon is football. It's like you're born with like a football in your hand, and I think it's also the fact that it's not a rich country, so sport is kind of like football. It's kind of a dream for every child. And my mom played football, and we all play football at home. Like, football was just a sport. I wasn't talented. I don't know. I never really took it at a certain level. I know I was good at it, but it was very rare for someone to be scouted at it because there's so many talent. But no, I'm happy with rugby. I think I stick to it.
Well, you're doing very well, obviously, the last few years. You didn't have any English when you came here. Is that right, Linda?
Yeah, my first language is French. Yeah. Can you hear?
So you settled in kind of the Russian Lusk area of North Dublin. Yeah. How difficult was it to adjust to a new life then?
It was quite hard. I think as a child, I'm so used to like my friends back home, and Ireland was definitely completely different. Like, obviously, I didn't have any friends, but the climate, the weather was so different. The food was so different. I think it was just a different culture. It's a completely different culture. And then when you go to school, because I was so young, and you make friends, you kind of forget. You kind of you adapt to the new culture and you forget about your old friends.
How important were teachers to you? Because I'm sure they were important.
Oh, very important. And to this day, I'm still very close to my teacher from since I was 9. And they played a really big part in my life. And yeah, they're the reason where I am today, to be honest.
Did you get involved in team sports before rugby, Linda, when you were a young person?
No, I got involved into Lost Athletic Club, and I did a bit of cross country running in Phoenix Park, which I was not good at it at all. I was not good at it. I did it also. I was really good at the shot put, but the cross country was not my forte. And I got a silver medal. I came All Ireland silver medal at it because I didn't quit. So everyone that ran the whole country, like, they would quit, and I never gave up. And because I never gave up, I actually came second.
Very good. Did you find your cultural background and diversity to be a challenge at times when it came to integrating, Linda?
At times you do feel like it, but now I don't really feel that, because I've been here for so long now. Even though I get told so many times that I don't have the Irish accent. So sometimes it's definitely hard. But I think that Ireland is definitely expanding culturally, having more diversity. I think that I see more diversity than before since I've been here. So it's really nice.
And we have, obviously, the diversity illustrated, Linda, with Rashid Adeleke, our sprinter. Yeah. And also Chidozie Egbene, who was born in Nigeria, our international footballer. Has our country, in your view, become a bit more tolerant with the increased diversity we're seeing, for example, through sports stars like yourself?
Definitely, and it's actually the thing that makes her different is really the opportunity that I given, and we can see it with Rishadi and how she's just really carrying the nation and with her, and we're all behind her, and it's so nice. And even like we have Alma in the team now, and it's really good to see players that look like you and aspire to be like you know, and it's really nice. It's opening eyes that we definitely go in the right way.
And I'm sure, look, we all have different types of experiences, Linda. Would your experiences, coming from a different background and a diverse culture, have been overwhelmingly positive throughout your years here in Ireland?
It's definitely been positive, but also at times also negative. I think the negative one, like you just have to just brush it, and hopefully educate them on that. But so far, it's been good.
So racism is something that was possibly unavoidable at times that you would have experienced.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that even now with what's happening in Dublin and now it's really unfortunate that that's happening where I wouldn't at the moment I wouldn't say I feel safe to be in Dublin at night time because you just don't know what's gonna happen, but you just try to, I don't know.
Is that because of the riots, or is it because of just general crime or a feeling, or?
Yeah, it's because of the riots and the general crime and yeah, it's just at the moment there's so much more. There's so many things happening, and when you look at the news and then you see what's happened. I think yesterday in our shopping center, the stabbing, and you just don't feel it's safe enough. But that's really in most country, there's no perfect.
How can we do better as a society then when it comes to respecting everybody from a diverse background?
I think it's more of an education. I think when people know better, they can do better.
So based on your own experiences, which have been positive and sometimes negative, what would your advice be to a young person maybe listening in, or a boy or a girl from a multicultural background that loves sport and just wants to follow their dream?
Go for it. Just do it. You're going to have obstacles along the way, but they're just part of the journey. They make you stronger, but always remember you have a choice.
What is the choice?
The choice is to outdo obstacle is, do you keep going or do you give up? Visualize what you want to do. See yourself in it. Doing what you want to do, doing what you want to achieve. And don't let anyone say anything other than that. Surround yourself with positive people. Listen to your gut. Listen to your feeling. Be with the people that inspire you to be what you want to be. Be with the people that are doing what you want to be, doing what you want to do, doing what you aspire to be, to achieve, and know what it takes. And don't give up.
What was it like the first time you wore the Irish jersey and heard that anthem?
Oh my God. It was overwhelming because I never dreamt of it. Different to the girls that been here, their dream, I never dreamt of it. I never really sat down and watched rugby. It was very overwhelming. It was strange. That my journey had led me there. That my journey, my resilient, my sacrifices, my vision had led me to a place where I never dreamt I'd be in. It gave me opportunity I never dreamt of. It make it now your dream of life.
You've been an international for over 6 years now, over 40 caps, as I say. Do you enjoy the team environment? Have you become more of a leader in the camp now, Linda?
Yeah, it's funny because it's now when people remind me when I'm doing this interview and people are like, you've been in 6 years, and I never see it. I always feel like I'm new. I always feel like I'm still learning. I always feel like I've just been here yesterday. And obviously there's that experience in me, and it just zoom me with excitement that I'm able to talk to the younger girls and be like, because obviously it's nerve-wracking. And I remember talking to the girls about the preparation against New Zealand, and because obviously that game was so late, it was at 7:30 p.m. and a lot of the girls have never really played late games, and having experienced that before and being able to guide them through the day, being able to give them ideas, and really, it's really where the experience comes to, and how to manage their day before the game. And it was nice. It was nice. And also it comes with a lot of responsibility. Because they look up to you, and in those tough moments, you have to step up.
Do you ever talk to Andrew Porter or Cian Healy about the position?
I do. I spoke a few times to Cian Healy. He's such a very lovely guy. He always have time to stop and speak and give advice, and it's actually really nice to be able to share the same training facility with the men, because they watch you training, and whenever you bump past them, they give you that small advice. So it's been really nice. But now playing both position, really, like now moving to tight head, it's different. But it's good to just see them and have the experience. And I've been lucky enough to be able to watch their training session, and really being able to talk to them after what they do. It's just beneficial, and it just makes you. It makes you feel like it's a team of one.
You miss the nursing, do you? What did you love about the nursing when you were in Tala? What was great about that?
I think what was great about it was the journey that brought me to it. I think every single time you wake up, you think about, oh wow, I did that, because that degree was definitely not easy. It was definitely challenging, especially to COVID. I think I really liked the teamwork, and I think that the way I was training and I'm going to nursing and I was doing vice versa, I was really in a good teamwork environment. I think I love the teamwork, and sometimes I miss that teamwork. I love the people. I think the people, especially in nursing, is such like a hard job, and it's very demanding, and it's so important to be surrounded with a good team, because they really make the day goes faster. They really makes the job enjoyable.
We finished third last year. What would represent success for Ireland in this year's Six Nations, Linda, do you think?
I think success for us is not about where we end up. It's about how were we able to play how we wanted to play. It's how we feel after the game. Did we give it all? It's how we review. Did we play to a system? And obviously, like, people look at wins. We definitely want to win. I think that we also want to be able to take each game as it comes and not look too much ahead of others' game, and just focus. Really, we have France this week in Kingspan, and we're lucky enough to, like you mentioned at the beginning, against Aer Lingus, our sponsor. for this tournament, and that home advantage is everything to us, and is so important. Like playing at home this year, we have 2 games at home, 2 big games at home, France and England, and that home advantage is, there's no better feeling than playing at home. We get to do that 2 times this year, and we really want to maximize that opportunity. And even when we travel with Aer Lingus to Italy, Wales, and Scotland, we want that home support back there. As much as we have them here, that home advantage is everything, and we need to take advantage of it.
And finally, Linda, it's a World Cup year in England. It's on our doorstep. It's next door. How far can Ireland go? You must be very excited about the World Cup.
Yeah, we're really excited. At the same time, we haven't really spoken about it because we're trying to just focus on Six Nations. World Cup is everything that any player dreams of being part of. And the fact that we had 2 opportunity to qualify for it, and we didn't qualify for it. So it's a bittersweet. Now we qualify for it, and we just want to really give it everything. So it's definitely something we're all looking forward to. But now it's all about Saturday.
We've got to leave it there. Aer Lingus Ambassador Linda Djougang, thank you so much for speaking to Off the Ball on News Talk. The best of luck this year. Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.